Hi Leo, this is Teresa. Welcome to November. I'm getting ready to do your November Love TarotScope, and I want to create some sacred energy around this reading. And I want to say thank you for liking and subscribing to my channel, and thank you for your comments. I really appreciate all your comments. And for those of you who have ordered readings, thank you for your business. I enjoy working with all of you. So let's see what's coming up for November for Leo and love and relationships. This month, I think the focus is going to be on home and career for Leo, because you have a full moon in your 10th house on November 4th and a new moon in your 4th house on the 18th at the end of the month. So some of you might be moving to a new home in November, or at least making some changes around the home, make new beginnings, new energy, maybe decorating or something like that. So anyway, let's see what's going on for Leo for the month of November. What does Leo need to know for the month of November about love and relationships and anything else that's important? Okay, let's see. 5 of Pentacles, the Tower, the Empress, the 6 of Cups, the Page of Pentacles, the King of Cups, the Knight of Pentacles, the 4 of Wands, the Hermit, and the Chariot. Okay, let's see. So the 5 of Pentacles, you've been going through a kind of a lonely, depressing time. The 5 of Pentacles comes up when you're feeling that it could be financial hardship. You're struggling to pay bills. You need more money. You could be feeling isolated from your people that you love. It's like you're all alone in the world. You could be feeling a little bit depressed, maybe because of your financial situation. But it's a card of feeling cut off from people, cut off from others, cut off from abundance. With the Tower, you may experience a wake-up call in November where you like suddenly realize, I have to make some changes. Maybe reality, you have Neptune in your 8th house right now. So, and that rules other people's money and resources that you need that are supportive to you. So it could be a bank loan or your partner's income. With Neptune there, you may not have been you're not being realistic in terms of the financial support that you're counting on from others. So it's possible that, you thought someone could be there for you and support you in some way financially, and now suddenly they're not able to do that. Or you're just seeing the truth of a situation. You're seeing the truth in an intimate relationship. Maybe you've been kind of idealizing someone or a situation surrounding money, and now you're starting to wake up to reality. Hey, I need more money, or this is not going to work. I need to do something. In the past, you have the Empress here, because the Tower is about breaking down, and I want to say one more thing. The Tower is about breaking down and rebuilding. So you could be going through a period where your life is kind of, it's being restructured. So you're feeling like, I have to rebuild from the ground up. I have to do something different. I can't exist in my current situation. I have to break it down, and I have to rebuild along a better path, a more secure path. So if things seem to be crumbling at this, some things might be ending in November, but it's really not a bad thing. It's preparing you for a better beginning. So you might have been putting your energy in the wrong direction. Now you're going to get on the right track. But to do that, before you can do that, you're going to have to let go of some things that have been dragging you down, or some things that have been blocking you, and maybe you weren't even aware of it. So you're going to wake up, but the full moon always brings things to light. You're going to have some realization that's going to get you on the right track. Okay, I just want to say that, because when the Tower comes up, people sometimes go, oh my God, the Tower, it looks so ominous. And yes, it does mean change and disruption. It's disrupting the status quo. but it's got a good purpose behind it. It's kind of like, okay, you've been too complacent. You've been putting up with things that you shouldn't be putting up with. Now we're going to shake you up because you need to be shaken. You need to wake up and get on the right path, is what the universe is saying. And sometimes when you're going through major change, it can feel difficult while you're going through it. But once it's done and you're in the better path or on the better path, you say, well, I'm glad that happened. I would have never gotten here if that didn't happen. So don't fear the tower. The tower is your friend. It's getting you out of a rut. It's getting you out of a stagnant situation so that you can get into a better situation. Okay, that being said, so that could be a relationship. Might be you feel like a relationship needs to go through major change. It could be a career situation, your living situation. I mean, whatever area in your life is not working is probably going to go through change. And I feel because it's the full moon in your career, it could be a career situation that's just not working anymore. Because you have the full moon in the 10th house, and that's usually the house of career and your public image. So you're kind of realizing, okay, I need to do something else with my life path. I don't know if it's so much a relationship issue because you have the Four of Wands here. So I think your relationships are okay. I think it's just your career path. You're waking up to certain truths about your career path. And with those truths coming to the surface, you have knowledge to make changes for the better. So that's what I want to say about this. In the past, you have the Empress. So in a relationship situation, for people who are in a marriage, this could be, you've had a good home and family. You've been focused on home and family. If you're in a relationship, you might be like a maternal figure towards someone. So you might be with someone where you're like nurturing them. You're taking care of them. You have this mother energy. The Empress is very creative. It's very, but it's also the mother card, the great mother. So you have this nurturing energy. You've been taking care of people around you. And if you're not in a relationship, it could also be a creative project that you're giving birth to. So it could be something that you've been working on and you're nurturing this baby. For some of you, it could even mean children. That in the past you've had children. You've recently had children. But if not, it could mean a creative project that you're kind of, that you see as your baby. It's your thing. It's your little, you're developing this. You're nurturing it from the seed and you're watching it grow. So you might have recently had an idea of how you can, of what you want to get involved in. If you're in a relationship, you could be in a relationship where one of you is more like the mother, is like a mother to the other partner. Not so much of an equal partnership, more where one person is taking care of the other person. The Six of Cups in your recent past, you could have recently connected with someone from the past. The Six of Cups is sometimes, revisiting the past or learning from the past. So you might have recently connected with someone from the past. And you're still kind of healing from the past, but you're getting ready to move on. So with the Six of Cups, you may have recently moved into a better situation. So maybe you've left the past behind, you feel like you've healed from the past, and now you're moving into something that has greater harmony. So even though your life might be in a kind of very feeling disruptive right now, eventually you're going to be in a better position. So just go with the flow, go with the changes. Eventually when the dust settles, you're going to be in a better position. So this card, the Six of Cups, can mean either you've reconnected with a flame from the past, or you're with someone new who reminds you of something from your past. So it could be a new person in your life, and you go, oh, this, I feel like I've been here before. I feel like I've dealt with this person before. It could even be a karmic relationship, someone that you've shared love with in a past life. And that's why when you meet, you have this special connection. You feel this special energy. Coming into the future, you have the Page of Pentacles. This is the card of the student. So there could be a new relationship coming with an earth sign. Someone who is either Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. And this person's very very practical, very willing to do the work, very curious, open, very easygoing, laid back. Earth signs are usually kind of very down to earth. They're not difficult to deal with. As far, like some other signs, may be a little bit more stubborn and, you know, strong-willed. This person is more, just more open, more easygoing, easier to work with, easier to go along with your plans. It could also represent that you're going to need to learn new skills, that you're going to be learning new skills. This is the card of the student, so you could be taking a class, a training, some type of training that's going to help advance you. Maybe, you know, one way that you're trying to get out of your financial situation is to take a new path, learn some skills so you could make money. That'll bring in some money. So you could be learning new things in November. You could be thinking about, you know, maybe I should learn how to do this, that, or, you know, some new skill that can bring in some more money for a career opportunity. And you're willing to do the work. I feel like there's also this King of Cups in the future. This is a mentor or a counselor. So there could be someone in your life that's going to help you by giving you advice. You might be going through also some kind of psychological problem. You know, like I don't want to say a mental breakdown, but the Tower really rocks your world with the truth. You know, when you see something within yourself that's hard to deal with, you may need to talk it out with a counselor. So you may be coming to certain realizations, and you need to process the information. So this could be a romantic partner that's very healing. It could be a water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. But I feel like so there could be two people coming up. One could be an earth sign, one could be a water sign. One could be a new relationship that is just at the beginning stages. You may have to just nurture it. And the other one, this King of Cups energy is someone you already know. So it could be someone whose opinion you really respect, someone who is a good friend, a good counselor. Like when you're troubled, you can go to this person and talk to them, and they are there for you. And this could be a lover, but it could also be a good friend. And if it's neither lover or friend, then it could be that you may want to go for counseling to help you deal with whatever truths surface at the full moon. Because you need a new beginning in some way. You need to work on also an inner feeling of I'm not good enough, or I'm not good enough to do this. Like there could be some psychological block that you're not aware of that's telling you, I don't know if I'm good enough, I don't know if I'll be accepted. And you need to get at that. And once you get to that block and release it, then you can move on a better path, on a more successful path. You have to stop self-sabotaging. There could be something within you that self-sabotages because of a psychological block. Anyway, so the King is your friend. The King is this King, and it could be male or female, but the energy of this card is someone who is very compassionate, has deep feelings, and really cares about people and wants to help. And you have the Hermit card here, so you may have to go and talk to someone and confide in someone about what's going on with you. You need someone that understands you, that can give you good advice, because maybe, you know, you're not thinking clearly, or you're not seeing things clearly, and you need a rational mind to help you make certain decisions about either love or even career. At best, but especially your life path. You know, what am I doing in this world? What do I need to be doing with my energy? You know, I'm working on this thing. I'm tired of struggling. I'm tired of feeling alone. I'm tired of feeling like I can't pay the bills. I want to make money. I want to have a secure life. You know, I want to have a secure partner and home. You know, all these things. So you have that potential in November with the new moon in Scorpio, because that's falling in your house of home. And that also deals with childhood issues, the fourth house. So you might have to go back to childhood and revisit some of the wounds from childhood at the new moon. And that would be at the end of the month. And if you can revisit those and release them or come to terms with them, it can set you free to move forward and to really create that secure home. But there's something in there could be something in your childhood that's been that you're operating with unconscious programming. So you need to get at that. And you will this month. You have great stars for that. Great, you know, the astrology is good for those kind of beginnings. You have the Knight of Pentacles here, so you're a hard worker. You're willing to go the distance. You may be worried about, you know, unemployment. Like maybe either you're not working, or if you are working, you're not bringing in enough money. I feel like security, financial security is going to be important this month. Things may come to a head at the full moon where you finally realize, you know, I've got to make some changes on my career path. The Four of Wands, though, is in your environment. So if you're in a relationship, you may be thinking about commitment. You may be thinking like, I want to create a happy home. I want to have more of a commitment with someone. I don't want to be alone. I'm tired of living alone. So the Four of Wands, if you're with someone, that's very stable. You can build something that's stable and successful. The Four is about stability, and sometimes it's a card of marriage. For some of you, you might be thinking about marriage or commitment, or at least sharing a home with someone. Even if you're not willing to go the distance with marriage, you may want to at least move in with someone, or share a home, have a stable home life. Here in the Hermit is in your wish fulfillment card. And the Hermit is saying that if you wanted to fulfill a dream, you have to pull back and really do some serious thinking. What do I really want? What is right for me? Because you might have been operating unconsciously, like I'm saying. I'm feeling this sense of that you're operating on childhood programming or unconscious programming. And in the month of November, you may want to pull back and really take some time out to think, where am I going? What am I doing? Because things that might have been moving really quickly, and you might have been just acting without thinking or without any planning. And now you want to take some time out to think about, you know, how can I create security for myself? How can I create, what do I really want in terms of career and relationship? Because the full moon is a polarity energy with 4th house of home and 10th house career. So you're balancing work and home life. So, you know, you don't want to have, if you're focused too much on career, then your home life suffers. If you're focused too much on home, then your career suffers. So you have to have a balance. And with the Hermit here, you may need to follow the guidance of someone. You might need to go and listen to someone, take advice from someone. And you should be open to learning. Don't be stubborn, because Leos are a fixed sign. Sometimes you could be a little bit stubborn. You think you know everything. I think in this month, you could benefit from someone else's perspective or someone else's advice. Leo is always giving people advice because you care. You have such a big heart. This time, it's time for you to take advice now, to talk to someone that can give you a sense of direction, or at least help you make decisions, important decisions. At the end, you have the Chariot. So this is a good card. It means victory. So the ultimate path is toward victory, but you have to go through some hurdles before you get there. The problem with the Chariot is that you've been scattering your energy. You've been trying all these different things, but you don't really have a solid plan or a solid focus. The Chariot is about victory through focus, and it's mental focus. You have to control your mind. You can't let the monkey mind control you. So you have to decide, what do I really want? And stop being distracted by all these other possibilities. So today you're working on this thing, tomorrow you have another idea, you're going to jump to that. The next day you might have another idea and say, oh, I'm going to try that. And you're not getting anywhere. You're treading water because you're not really focused on the most important goal. So this is a card of discipline and focus that will lead to success. And not letting your emotions run you. Like not letting you can't be led like the horses. If you don't hold the reins, the horses represent your mind. And the black and white in this card represents the two opposing forces within your mind. One part of you says yes, the other part says no. One part of you wants to go here, the other part wants to go there. If you let the horses run wild without any control, they're going to take you all over the place. You're not going to go anywhere. You're going to go in circles. So you have to be the one in control. You have to direct the horses where you want them to go. So, and that you do by meditation and discipline, focus, stating an intention. Okay, this is where I want to go. This is my destination, and I'm going to use all my mental energy to get to that goal. So whether it's creating a good relationship, a committed relationship, so that you're not feeling lonely, maybe bringing in, if you join forces with someone, you could share expenses. You won't have that financial stress. In a career situation, maybe learning some new things, new skills, so you can bring in some more money. So you won't feel like I'm struggling financially. I think you're feeling very alone in November, and you really want to solve that. You want to create a relationship that leads to a more commitment. So if you've been just dating a bunch of people and not really committed to anyone, I think that's going to change. But before you can do that and find the right person, you have to know what it is that you want. You have to know what's right for you. And I feel like if you're not involved in a relationship, or if you're having problems in a relationship, it's because of some psychological issue that you need to confront and deal with. And I really suggest counseling could help. Go to a relationship counselor if you're having problems in a marriage or relationship. Or if you're alone and you feel like I can't meet anyone, I can't find anyone. You have to deal with some childhood issues. And once you do, then you can experience the success of the Chariot and the stability of the Four of Wands. Because you are a very caring, nurturing person. You have this Empress card. What's important to you is you want to have a home and a family. You want to be close to your family. Or you want to have a relationship or friends around you that feel like family. You're tired of being a lone wolf. You want to be surrounded by loved ones. And you want to feel secure. And you can have that. But I feel that the key to getting that is dealing with some psychological issues from your past and releasing the past. Put them to bed. You know, come to terms with them and release them. Whatever your wounds are, you know, you can't let them run your life years later. And that's what's probably going on. So the Tower is your friend. The Tower is going to bring things to the surface that you've been suppressing all these years. And then you're going to need to deal with it and process it. And then you're going to get on the right path. A more stable path, a more secure path. So be open to advice. You have the Page of Pentacles here. This is a card of being open, learning new things. Don't think that you've got it all figured out, because nobody does. We all can use insights from other people. You know, we see things one way, but sometimes it's good to have a fresh eye look at something and have a different perspective. And it can be a wake-up call. It could be an aha moment for you, where you suddenly say, oh, I never saw that. I never thought of it that way. Yeah, that makes sense, you know. So I wish you good luck for November. Get on the right path. Deal with those ghosts from the past, those childhood wounds. There could be some surprises with Venus opposing Uranus. Surprises in love, but in your case, it's going to be the 3rd house. Let's see, where's Uranus? 3rd and 9th house. So there could be surprises related to either a legal situation, publishing, higher education. You might even meet someone while if you go back to school, you might meet someone through education or some foreign dealings, global, or some spirituality. The 9th house rules foreign travel, spirituality, higher education, and sometimes legal situations. So for some of you, there could be a legal breakthrough. There could be some kind of educational path that you get on, and it's going to lead to more money. It's going to improve your life in some way. So good luck, Leo. I hope this reading was a help to you, and I wish you luck in love and happy Thanksgiving if you're in the United States. And have a good month. Have a good November. I will talk to you again next month. Okay, bye now.